is one-of-a-kind football moments, from the greatest games to impossible goals and the most absurd dribbles. And let's not forget the craziest last-minute winners. Kicking things off at number 1, we've got the time Bayern Munich kicked off a match, but before you could even blink, they somehow ended up letting in a goal after just 8 seconds. Now, as wild as that may sound, it's pretty much a known fact in soccer that scoring directly from a corner is a rare feat. But hey, not for Cuadrado. He defied the odds by curling that ball into the net like he's an airbender or something. And speaking of goals that seem impossible from downright crazy angles, wait till you see this next one. It's like witnessing pure sorcery at play. But hey, if you thought that was wild, try wrapping your head around scoring from your own half. Yeah, that's right. It sounds unbelievable, but for Wayne Rooney, pulling off the impossible seems like just another day at the office.
And sent straight back by Rooney. What a goal!
And let's not forget another incredible Wayne Rooney goal, like that iconic overhead kick against Manchester City. But what Garnacho pulled off against Everton is the kind of move that surely made Rooney and Ronaldo smile with pride. That said, sometimes you put in all the effort to score a goal yourself, but luck just isn't on your side. Then, out of nowhere, the goalkeeper hands you an easy goal on a silver platter, like this next one. But then you have players like Mbappe, who also effortlessly turn a simple chance like that into a goal, just like this one. And there's another time when Mbappe thought he had a sure goal after outmanoeuvring the goalkeeper and sending the ball towards an empty net, only to have a defender swoop in and say, "Not today." But as wild as that sounds, this defender took it to a whole new level, turning Superman and Spider-Man into one to save the day not just once, but twice. Now, as insane as that moment was, there are times when it's not the goalkeeper or the defender, but the players themselves who struggle to put the ball into the back of an open net. That was absolutely nuts, but there's also the time Sterling missed an open goal by sending the ball straight out of the stadium. And then there's those moments when players pull off crazy goals that seem like they're straight out of a video game, just like when Ibrahimovic scored with a kung fu kick.
Lifts it into the area. Ibra scores!
Next up, we've got a goalkeeper doing the impossible. Instead of making a last-minute save, he scored a last-minute equaliser. Now that's what I call turning the tables. But you know what's even more incredible than a goalkeeper scoring a last-minute equaliser? Scoring a match-winning goal, just like Alisson did in this unforgettable moment.
Make yourself a story. It's Alexander on. Oh, it's Alisson! Oh,
that being said, let's stick to what goalkeepers do best, making saves. And there's no better moment than when this keeper looked absolutely unbeatable. But there's also those rare moments when goalkeepers go beyond their usual duties and do the most insane things. Just like the time when this goalkeeper destroyed a player. Next up, brace yourself for Neymar pulling off an absolute masterpiece of skill to leave the defender in the dust. But Ronaldo, he takes it up a notch with the most disrespectful dribble you'll ever witness. Seriously, he had the defender running in circles like he was under a spell. Now, when you hear the name Hazard, you better believe you're dealing with a seriously dangerous player. He left a grown man sitting on the ground with an absolutely filthy skill move. But if you thought that was bad, wait until you see this next sick move by Martial. He straight up busted a defender's ankle with his skill. But as insane as that was, we have to talk about Mesut Ozil, because he pulled off the craziest move ever. He completely dismantled the entire defence and left the goalkeeper stranded before calmly slotting the ball into the back of the net. That said, just imagine pulling off a sick piece of skill that takes out both a defender and a goalkeeper. Anyway, there's those times when you're just desperate for a goal, no time for fancy moves. That's when you rely on sheer power, just like the time Paul Scholes unleashed an absolute thunderbolt of a shot. Speaking of powerful shots, nobody does them better than Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and this time, he nearly blasted the ball right through the net. That said, let's not forget about those impossible free kicks. This time, Cristiano showed the world why he's got a 99 shot power rating, launching an absolute rocket against Arsenal. It was pure perfection. But Ronaldo's got absolutely nothing on Messi, especially when it comes to precision, like the time he sent an accurately placed and precise free kick straight into the net against Liverpool. But then there's Roberto Carlos, combining the best of both worlds with a power-curling, physics-defying, impossible piece of free kickery.
No.
Speaking of impossible goals, we've got to address the flip side: impossible own goals. Next up, we've got this guy who scored an absolute stunner of an own goal. But just when you thought you'd seen the craziest own goal, this next guy comes along and pulls off an own goal that will make you question everything you thought you knew about football. That said, there's moments where the assist steals the show, like when Joe Willock sent a crazy pass from way downtown that found Isaac out of nowhere. Next up, you might not see an easier assist and goal combo than the time Messi and Suarez combined for this gem from their penalty spot. But hold your hats, because as crazy as that was, we've got De Bruyne with an even crazier curly assist to Haaland. It's like he had the ball on a string. But as good as assisting is, there's nothing crazier than a last-minute winner, like when Lucas Moura sent Tottenham through to the 2019 Champions League final with the last kick of the game.
Here's Dele Alli, here's Lucas Moura!
Speaking of the Champions League final, let's not forget that unforgettable moment when, with just 2 minutes left in regular time, Chelsea legend Didier Drogba rescued the Blues with an almighty header to level the scores, taking the game into extra time. Whilst Drogba's moment was incredible, this next last-minute goal might just top it. Back in 2014, with Real Madrid's dreams of winning La Decima slipping away and barely a minute left on the clock, Sergio Ramos scored an incredible header to level the Champions League final, sending the game into extra time. But as wild as that sounds, imagine a football powerhouse like England missing out on the World Cup. Well, Beckham made sure that never happened. He took matters into his own hands and delivered a spectacular strike that helped England qualify for the 2002 World Cup. But for the mother of all winners, we've got to take it back to 2012. That's when Sergio Aguero produced one of the most memorable and most re-watched winners ever, clinching the Premier League title for Manchester City in the most dramatic fashion. And there you have it, some of the most craziest moments in football. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.